been injured in an accident, one thing leads to another. Your injury leads to treatment. Treatment leads to hospital bills. Bills lead to debt. Debt leads to stress. The advocates can help relieve that stress. Having an advocate attorney on your side leads to faster resolutions, fair outcomes, and a peaceful recovery for you. You deserve an advocate.
This is the Monty Show, the truth in sports talk streaming. When you want unbiased opinions about your favorite team without the spin, all you have to do is find the Monty Show, streaming live and available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week on YouTube. And now, here's Monty.
Yeah, boy.
Bro, you guys are, it's over. It's going to be that day.
The Monty Show live on Tuesday, October 21st. Already October 21st. We are just, dude, we're 4.5 weeks away from Thanksgiving. That is unbelievable. As always, we're presented by the Advocates at theadvocates.com, the best injury attorneys in the business, 24/7, 365. You get clear, risk-free advice when you need it, where you need it. And if that is at home, if that is unfortunately in a hospital room, where you need it, when you need it, how you need it, on a phone, in person, maybe you need it on a FaceTime, get it at theadvocates.com, where you can always talk to an injury attorney live. Not a chatbot, not AI, a live injury attorney waiting to help you with clear, risk-free advice at theadvocates.com. Hey, Monty.
So, dude.
So, dude, somebody is in a bad mood. I don't know who it is, but somebody on this show.
Maybe it's the Monty Ghost. I mean, you know.
Somebody on this show is. You okay, little buddy?
I'm fine, dude.
You're gonna be
Tuesday,
okay.
That's the problem.
It is. It's only Tuesday of next week, and it really. This week has already been the longest month of the year. So you know, it is what it is. Oh, look, Oak State James is here. I have no affiliation with Texas State. They do sell good barbecue at their games.
How did you get connected to Texas State? Dude, we're not, how many minutes in?
We are
4 minutes in. Bro just got done reading the Advocate spot, and we're already talking about you cursing another program.
You've already ruined another team's season.
And it sucks.
You know, already. I graduated from Oak State. How many times a week are you going to be like, hey, man, I'm in the seminary school at TCU. I have a right.
Monty, I've been driving the shitbox for like 30 years, and one day I pulled up to the rectory, and they gave me some piece of paper that said I graduated. It was kind of weird.
There's a horny frog over here, boys. What are you doing? Response to a comment from Tone.
Okay, what you and Tone do in your free time?
Hey, Tone. I just you know TCU Texas State James, exactly.
I'm still a human.
Anyway, James, listen. I don't know when your soul died, but my guess is when your affiliations are for sale. And I think we do need to talk about I do think we need to talk about self-glossing.
It's certainly Oak State James, bro.
You're not gonna self-gloss when you have 37 teams you root for,
brother.
Well, Monty, listen, I went to Oak State, graduated in 1369. 67, 67, 67, 67. I graduated in 67. And then, I stayed an extra year, and here's my fraternity photo. Just hanging out on the
Direct.
I'm hanging out in the comments at Oak State, man. Look at me. And now here I am in seminary at TCU. Check out those chompers, bro.
Length and girth.
Look at my car. Look at that. I love Texas State. I love the Iraq, Texas State.
Iraq.
James, you can explain it away if you want. James wants to know if that's macaque. It could be.
I believe it is.
Macaque.
It could be.
Macaque.
You know.
Yay!
You know. Oak State James, the Grim Reaper of all sports teams. Yeah, way to go pulling for Seattle. How'd that work out for Fat Ass and the Mariners?
Yeah. Oh, man, dude. The Mariners are going to be incredible. Yeah, thanks.
You look at Oak State James last night. Oh, the Mariners are going to win. I'm pulling for the Mariners. I want Monty to be happy. How'd that work out?
Fuck you. Fuck you.
Right?
You suck.
I was talking to George Springer this morning. He wanted me to thank you on the show publicly. So,
he of like 800-foot home run last night.
Damn it, guys. You scared off to his support group. Yeah.
Cold-blooded, clean,
is that what he had to do? Did he say, I'm going to Shart? Oh, I have group at 4 p.m. I'll be back in a while.
Don't forget to charge the butt buzzer, okay?
He even says, little buddy. Okay.
You are what you are.
Shocking news. Oak State James said he wanted the Mariners to win and they lost for some reason.
It's just incredible how deep and long-lasting the curse of Oak State James is.
Ever since we tied Oak State to the crucifixion of Christ, it's been downhill. It really has.
I might have been overstating the case.
I actually don't think it was overstating the case. I think that's actually very accurate and stuff.
Those are numbers of death.
Donnie. A certain individual today tried to tie Pete Buttigieg to copper wire being tied into glass wire or something.
Yosemite.
You do you, bud. You whatever. As long as you're not talking about, Penn State. Yeah, I heard Donald Trump's a huge Penn State football fan, which should be a surprise to nobody. Shout out to everyone. Thanks for being here, you guys. In all seriousness, John says your take about Bear Bachmeier yesterday was wild. Okay, what was wild? You want to
listen? Hold on.
Tuesday.
Don't kill him. Don't kill him, dude. We had such a nice start to the show. I was in a crap mood. Now I've laughed a little bit. The show's moving along a little bit, and you had to bring up, Bear Bachmeier and that mid-ass performance in the Holy War. And now the show is going to take a negative turn for you, and that's really unfortunate, dude. It's not,
Listen, I think it is pretty easy. The stats don't lie. The stats don't lie. You let me rectally explain
Butthole.
the stats from his performance against Utah, because it was not good. There's this belief that because they won, that Bear Bachmeier somehow, some way,
I personally believe,
played in the Iraq. And there they are, bro. What did I tell you? A 28. He's rated a 28 with no play action. How do you explain that away? How do you explain that away? How do you explain away that when he runs play action and the other team thinks you're going to run the football, he's good? When there's no play action and they know he's passing it, the guy can't hit water from a boat. He's not making clutch plays to win football games. Do you understand that Bear Bachmeier, in what sense is Bear Bachmeier clutch? He's running the football. Bud, he's running the football. And I have said the same thing for weeks in and here. Hey, if you need somebody to run you to a victory, Bear Bachmeier is your quarterback. That's great. But what's going to happen when he gets hurt? And he got hit probably 5 times easily. The one, the targeting on Barton, I don't want my quarterback exposing himself to that hit. If your belief is that he's clutch, you don't know what clutch means. He is running the football well. But if you believe that he's passing the football well, I have some oceanfront property on Utah Lake, because you're out of your mind, my guy. with all due respect. I mean, it is without, this is the old Kyle Gunther fight over Taysom Hill. Only Taysom Hill can throw the football down the field. Because I'm also going to tell you, you look at his numbers, you guys. Like I don't even know how to explain to you. He just can. Yeah, we can go on and on about it. Bear Bachmeier is a good runner of the football. He is a good runner of the football. He is not a good passer of the football. And the curve is coming because we saw, look at what happened in Arizona. How are you going to tell me that he clutch against Arizona? That's one of the worst football games we have seen a BYU quarterback play in
some time.
I mean, legitimately bad. Legitimately bad, like terrible. The biggest thing that should concern you on Bear Bachmeier is if the defense doesn't believe that he's going to if they think he's going to run or he's going to hand it off to LJ, he's fine. But he cannot in today's game stand in empty shotgun and have success. I'm telling you, it is, you are going to get to a point in the season where the defense and the running game, you're going to need your quarterback to stand in the pocket and deliver the football. It happens every year. Every single year. Big football games, which are not played generally in the Holy War, is a big game. Did he throw you to a victory? Did Bear Bachmeier throw BYU to a victory?
No.
I mean, I don't know how you would argue that he's a good passing quarterback. And you are watching BYU right now win games where it is statistically they're statistical anomalies, because I can't speak. If you look at his game log, the West Virginia game, which is arguably the worst defensive performance we've seen this year, 18-25, 351, a touchdown and a pick. Spectacular passing of the football. But if you look at the games where he struggled, 12 of 29, 172 yards, where he completed 41% of his passes. And the crazier thing is, in the Holy War, and this plays right into what we're talking about today, because I think when you start asking who the best teams in the Big 12 are, the answer is not BYU. And he's the reason why. You have better quarterbacks at Tech. I think you have a better quarterback. Sam Leavitt, that's a clutch performance. Sam Leavitt versus Texas Tech, the best defense in the conference, that's a clutch performance. Mm-hmm. Bear Bachmeier doesn't win the Arizona State game. If Bear Bachmeier is in that same situation against Texas Tech wins that game because he's not developed enough as a passer. And I think he will be, but he got outplayed significantly by Devin Dampier. He got outplayed significantly, especially passing the football. And obviously their numbers are remarkably similar running the football. Devin Dampier is a better passer than Bear Bachmeier is. And I know that's not popular and that can't be true because BYU won that game. That's all well and good. I'm telling you right now that Bear will be good. And I think Bear has a chance to be one of the best quarterbacks in the history of BYU football.
Yeah.
Not right now. Not right now. It is. And you know what? I mean, we can joke. You're not actually that wrong. If he's at Army or Navy, Jesus, they would be amazing. right? Because they don't run the football. I am telling you, BYU fan, you do this every year, and I have, for the last 15 years, I have tried to warn you about this. Be honest and real about where your football team is. They're at the ceiling of their quarterback every single possession. They cannot play from behind because that is just not a winning formula.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's not going to throw you to a win. That's the scenario. And Texas Tech is the best team in this conference. And I know that's not a popular opinion on this show, but I'm going to continue to tell you, I saw the two best teams I've seen in the conference this year, Texas Tech and Arizona State. That was good, solid football. I would love Utah to be in that conversation. Mental mistakes all over the place.
Again.
I would love BYU to be in that conversation. Bear Bachmeier's the measure. You have two better quarterbacks at Tech, and I think Sam Leavitt is. You know, I was doing a radio interview this morning, and I almost crapped myself. Because I think the Big 12 is getting overlooked quarterback-wise. And I don't even know how to explain.
Yeah, I just don't think people watch the Big 12. That's the problem.
I would agree with that 100%.
They don't watch the Big 12.
I would agree with that 100%. I think I'm talking to these dudes. And again, I'm not even going to out who it is, but I'm talking to these dudes. It's a radio interview in the state of Texas. And I'm talking to these dudes about the Big 12. And we're having a conversation about Sawyer Robertson at Baylor. And I said, they asked me, do you think Dave Aranda's out? I said, I can't see how he's in. They have one of the worst defenses in the conference. And he's a defense. Jake Hurd, I believe you probably heard it.
Mm-hmm.
Dave Aranda's a defensive coordinator. His calling card is he's a really good defensive guy. Their defense is not good at Baylor. And this cat's like, well, Drew Aller would solve a lot of their problems. Over Sawyer Robertson? Like, Sawyer Robertson ain't your hucklebearer in this argument. Because I don't know. There's a lot of schools in this league that Drew Aller could not even start at. He'd be a backup. But believing that a guy in Sawyer Robertson who's got 21 touchdowns and 7 interceptions, 2,376 yards, and he's having a terrible season. To believe that you
don't watch Big 12 football. That's what it is.
I don't believe that you know who Sawyer Robertson is, if that's your argument. But I think that's the problem in this league, and you've been saying this.
Mm-hmm.
The problem in this league is nobody watches Big 12 football.
Yeah, they just make assumptions based on results, and
that's
you have
right.
no idea what you're talking about. And so, you know, there's all these off-the-wall takes about, you know, Bear Bachmeier is just one of them. But I you know, for me, my biggest concern with Sawyer Robertson is that, you know, because he plays in the Big 12, I don't get to see what he does against great defenses regularly. I get to see what he does against, I would say, you know, mediocre defenses, and then once in a while he'll play Tech or he'll play Utah or BYU.
Right.
And we'll get to see what it's like. So I think the issue is that the Big 12, once again, just can't, there's not enough people watching it for them to form an opinion. And I don't know how you solve that.
Yeah, I think it's going to be very interesting to see how all this plays out. I don't know the answers. But when I look at schematically, when I look at some of this stuff, Sawyer Robertson is not the problem at Baylor. I'm just going to break some news. Sawyer Robertson's not the problem at Baylor. If Sawyer Robertson was your biggest problem,
keeping the book right now, we ask.
Dude, they'd win a national championship. But I am, my God, I'm amazed by it. Just imagine if Julian Sayin was BYU's quarterback. Oh my God, BYU would be undefeated for the next 2 years. Would you rate Cincinnati above BYU? I would. It's close. I was talking about this today.
Yes.
I was talking about this today. Ain't nobody Nobody in this league has an idea of what Cincinnati's done. But the idea that anybody in this league knows what Brendan Sorsby's done. Do you guys understand he's 18-1? 18 touchdowns, 1 pick. And he's got 1,700 yards. He's thrown the ball 183 times, and he's got 1 interception. That's really good. I think Swal continues to say this is a quarterback league. As much as Bear Bachmeier doesn't throw the ball, I would agree he impacts games big time because of the way he runs the ball. And listen, you want him to throw the ball over the middle right behind the linebacker to Chase Roberts, who's cutting across the middle. He can do that all day long. Don't ask him to throw the ball to the boundary because he can't do that at all. Mm-hmm. But have him throw it underneath? Sure he can. And have him, I am, again, we've argued about A-Rod on this show for years. Why they're not running more RPO, I'll never understand it. Run more RPO, right? You have a dominant running back, arguably the best running back in the conference right now, in LJ Martin. You have a quarterback that is clearly able to run the football. Run RPO.
Yeah.
Make a linebacker or defensive end make a decision. The problem with that is, and this is what a lot of BYU people will tell you, well, we don't want him to get hit. He's getting hit already. That thing, and I think a lot of BYU fans have come around to this now, that little jump over the Ute thing that everybody made memes out of. Yeah, I don't want anything to do with that.
Yeah, and what you should be saying is you don't want Bear Bachmeier to have to make RPO decisions constantly.
Nope.
And especially not against the Utes.
Nope. No. If Bear is no Pat White. Wow. Nice poll. Jimmy Otts in the Big 12 doesn't have top 5 rated games, but they do have top 10 rated games. I think BYU and Utah, and I haven't seen, I don't know, or did we get numbers on that game? I think people don't know. That's the problem. Are the games really good? They are. Oh my God. Did you get Oklahoma, Texas did 8.7 million? That's a kick in the balls. Arizona State, Utah did 1.2 million. Okay. See you guys later. I'm gonna head out. That's the problem right there.
Yep.
That is the problem. Week 8 is not out yet. Wow. Games it out. That's the top game in the Big 12. Iowa State, Colorado did 1.4 million. Pitt, Florida State, 2 million. Florida, Texas A&M, 2.6. Ohio State, Illinois. Ohio State and Illinois did 5.2 million. Indiana, Oregon, 5.5 million. That's a little disappointing. Georgia, Auburn, 6.6.
Georgia.
Alabama.
Roll Tide.
Roll Tide.
Against Missouri did 6.9. And Oklahoma, Texas did 8.7. Nah, we don't need those two in the Big 12. Somebody hold the door for them.
Yeah,
if you don't
they're
mind.
Terrible.
Somebody hold the door for
You're out of your freaking mind.
Dude. I am amazed that we continued. Jay, how many Big 12 teams after the halfway point can make a run to the college football playoff? Ultimately, I guess that's a question, isn't it? I mean, if it's here today and I have to make that decision, I mean, BYU certainly, Cincinnati certainly. Although Cincinnati's got Baylor, Utah, Arizona, BYU, and TCU. I think it ends at Texas Tech. I don't think Houston is quite there. Arizona State is 5-2 with Houston, Iowa State, West Virginia, Colorado, and Arizona. That Houston game is a 7:00 kickoff on ESPN 2. I mean, Tech, obviously, with Oak State, K-State, BYU. God, K-State is so disappointing. K-State, BYU.
That was a masterpiece of dog shit.
Yeah, at 3-4.
Ugh.
God almighty. UCF and West Virginia. You'd need somebody unlikely to win the conference, I think, to get 3 in. The problem is BYU and Tech play each other. And if you are the Big 12, you need Tech to win that game.
Mm-hmm.
Cincinnati does not get Arizona State. I think it's probably BYU, Cincinnati, Arizona State, and Texas Tech. That's it. I think, yes, then, if Houston beats Arizona State, we're having a different conversation.
Right.
But that game's in Tempe where they just got fined $50,000. But Houston goes Arizona State, West Virginia, UCF, TCU, and Baylor. There's no reason.
Favorable.
There's no reason that Houston can't run the table.
Yeah, I mean, it's favorable. No question about it. I also think that this whole situation where ASU just figured out how to play football again, I
Sam
think
Levitt.
is yeah, but it's not just him, dude. I mean, he played well, but it was also the physicality and the want to out of the team, and I think that's where I say, like, I mean, it's Arizona State and that coaching staff just deciding to get more out of those guys, and they showed up. And you see what they're capable of, I mean, they're, outclassed in terms of talent, but we're still able to win the game. And I think that's what's difficult is that the Big 12 likes to do this to each other where you're going to, beat each other up and, you're going to put a loss on Tech's resume. And and everyone says, oh, well, the SEC does that and the Big 10 does that. Yeah, but the difference is that those conferences are looking at 5 getting in. And so they can afford to lose one.
Yeah, I think it is, all things being equal, you could probably have 4 in. That's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. I mean, Tech is the best team in the conference. I am convinced of that. I am convinced of that.
Yeah.
Is that likely? I mean, their toughest game remaining is certainly BYU, and that's at home. Because they're Oak State, at K-State, BYU, UCF, and at West Virginia. They should absolutely commit crimes against Oak State, UCF, and West Virginia. Because UCF's come back to earth a little bit. I mean, honest to God,
people are getting buried under the field in those games.
Honest to God, you need Olivia Benson in SVU after a couple of those games. Tech is gonna
Just so you can go to Pound Town.
Few folks getting a butt buzzer at halftime.
James,
it's BYU, BYU, and BYU. That game. I mean, what is that? 3 weeks out. November 8th. Jones AT&T.
where they no longer throw items.
Well, and Tech is already a 6-4 favorite in that game. So we'll see. I know a BYU fan is so upset about my belief that Bear Bachmeier is not a great quarterback. And it's what BYU fans do consistently. You guys just suck it all in.
Sucking a ding dong.
Like, you guys absolutely throw your
Honestly,
quarterbacks.
that's our stroking, guys.
And we talked about it a lot of time. Like, he's not even half as good as Taysom Hill was right now. And Taysom was limited as a thrower.
Mm-hmm.
So
we'll see. We'll see if he survives. You keep jumping over people, though, you won't.
We'll see. Are you kidding me? I saw Texas Institute of Technology as a 38.5 favorite over Okie State.
A lot.
Phil.
Bro.
Philip. Breaking news, the Big 12 only got one in the CFP last year. Really?
Wow.
That's right. Utah went undefeated last year and ran the Big 12. Love you too. Hey, Tone.
Hey, Tone.
Hey, Tone. Big 12 likely to only get one team in, but 5 teams are in the race. I think they could get 2 in. I think they could get 2 in. And dude, I'm not going to read. You're like, are we really? Are you really? It's Tuesday, man. Power rankings in the NFL are Wednesday. Like, you're so insufferable sometimes. Did anybody else notice that? And I could be wrong, but I believe that Jared Goff is dead. I think he's actually laying on the field, still dead in Detroit from last night. And yet, Clownski shows up talking about how, hey, Monty, you going to put Detroit at the top of the power rankings tomorrow? No. When your quarterback stands still in the pocket, even though I apologize, I said 31-10 was my score prediction. 24-9. And do you know why, Gaff, why you only stopped at 31? Because he was sacked 4 times.
Here's the game plan.
He's the MVP. Now all of a sudden it's dickhead running back who's the MVP. Again, I will always tell you,
We don't take any shit.
football teams are always at the ceiling of their quarterback. Holy War, 1.2 million. Neat. The kid is only a freshman. Neat. I had no idea. Thank God you told me.
See, like, why is that the response? Who cares if he's only a freshman? Great. He's a freshman. He's not developed yet. So stop saying he's a great quarterback. You can't on one hand be like, oh my God, dude, look at how clean cut he is. This guy's a great quarterback. And then say, but he's only a freshman, so don't criticize him.
He's got time. He'll get there.
Like, come on, dude.
Well, I will agree. I agree. I've said already, I think Bear Bachmeier is going to be absolutely pumping blood below the waist to the lower extremities. At some point in the future. That's not now. Right? That's not now.
Timothy.
He sent me a video today that is just, bro, wait until you guys, and you know what? I'll just, while we're sitting there, let me send it to the computer. So, because when Jake's here, it's more difficult to play things off the phone. But this dude, wait until you guys get a hold of this dude. Like, I mean, anyway, my point is, you guys, like Bear Bachmeier, I don't think Bear Bachmeier sucks, but it is in this town, it's uncouth to say anything remotely negative about Joey's university.
Hey, Joey.
Hey, Joseph.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I can't, because it's an MOV file.
Airdrop it to me real quick. I'll do it.
Shut up, G.
Just send it to me. It's fine.
Shut up.
Do it.
I believe I did send it to you, but
Send it again.
hold on.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
Hold on. Jakey Monomayer. There you go, little buddy. I think it's one of those things where BYU fan just will never, he's a freshman, bro. Who cares?
Why is that? Okay, so why is this the patented excuse? Why, like, you can't have it both ways. You can't say, oh, he's the best quarterback ever, and then when Monty rolls out the PFF military stats about your boy not being as good as you thought he was, and how he had, what did you say, a 28 QBR, like
a 28 rating on PFF is it's
so then when you get an ass average like that, an ass rating, you can't then be like, oh, well, he's just a freshman, Monty. It doesn't work that way, dude. You don't get it both ways. You either believe he's the second coming of Joseph Smith at quarterback, or you're not, or you're agreeing that he's not as good as he needs to be, and he's the reason they're not going to win the conference. Like,
I can be unemotional about it. As a Notre Dame fan, I can be unemotional about crappy young quarterbacks. But the thing you can't get away from is when you have young quarterbacks, whether it's Ty Simpson, Julian Sands, CJ Card, those guys are all inexperienced. Yet they're all better than Bear Bachmeier. And again, I always frame this as in Manischewitz ought to be playing right now, right? Like Jake Retzloff should be the starting quarterback at BYU. He's not. This cat got thrown in there. But you're not going to, you're just not going to be able to, you're at a ceiling because of his inability to operate at the quarterback position.
Yeah, completely agree.
So that's all I'm saying. It's not something where you guys get so gosh dog nipples. Just it's okay. Okay, let me play to get us to your comment section. Who's going to win the Big 12 championship? Put that in the comment section. Now, as I wait for the stupid video to render into the playback tray, I present to you, unabated to the quarterback, the one and only Big Daddy Magic, who sent me this video on Instagram.
Hey, player! I'm just outside with my cats, smoking weed, and the neighbors start fighting and everything. And since I'm high, I'm not a credible witness. I can't give a statement.
It's not because you're high that you're not credible.
Side effects about weed.
There is.
To me.
Like, hold on. So this is supposed to be a strategy? Well, Timothy. I roll up to crime scenes like I'm in the Nightcrawler movie, but I'm high, so I can't give a statement as to what's happened here. I'm just simply observing. Okay.
Okay.
I mean, whatever you say, dude.
You do you. Do you guys again?
Schemers trying to control their little world.
Again, maybe is
Yes.
Big Daddy Magic this show what Beetlejuice was to Howard? I don't know.
On some level.
All I know is every time the cops show up, Big Daddy Magic is either high or drunk, and he says that he's sober, which you just said that you are smoking weed. So he's not drinking anymore.
Don't lie to me.
So the Kangol hat is on brand. It really is. Jeff Benzos. Bear is better than Jake Retzloff, hands down. And it following the honor code? Yes, he is. It's exactly right. He is.
Dude.
He's trolling.
You must be.
He's trolling. Hey, Tone. Oregon Ducks have a star wide receiver returning from his mission in 2026. He's the second coming of Joseph Smith.
Stay hard.
Hey, dude.
Great.
Cool.
That's next year, bro. We're doing the Monty Show in 2025. Like,
Texas Tech should win the conference. They certainly have the schedule advantage. Oh, so now we're in excuse mode. No, what they have is the coordinator of their offense difference. The quarterback, both of the Will Hammond and Baron Morton are significantly better than Bear Bachmeier.
Stay hard.
That's what they have. And I would also remind you, Texas Tech plays Utah and BYU in the same season. Okay? BYU plays Utah and Texas Tech. They pretty much have the same schedule.
so wait, Tech doesn't in fact have a scheduling advantage.
I don't believe that they do. In my opinion. But what do you mean? What on earth does Penn State have to do with anything? Big 12 championship game, Oak State versus West Virginia. It could happen.
Yeah, I mean,
Quarterbacks are everything. Just look how bad ASU lost to Utah without Sam Levitt. It was a massacre. Dude, how good was Sam Levitt this past weekend? And I'm going to say something. You guys should put your hands at 10-2. because this might be the most outrageous thing a mofo's ever said on this show. Are you ready? Football hurts.
Shut the fuck up, Donnie.
I crazy. Did you see how much pain Sam Levin was in?
Limping around, bro.
Why? And why? Because he's a baller. He's a baller. It's amazing. You know, Big Blue Horses. Ooh, boy, did I get some juicy information on Florida today. There is a major schism. There is a major departure inside the mouth of the gator. Eli Drinkwitch.
No.
Or Lane Kiffin.
No.
The school, I think, wants Drinkwitch. The boosters want Lane. And I think Florida, my opinion is, and again, I understand that I am the only one usually who believes this, but I am telling you they should go all in on Lane Kiffin. I mean, money. And talking to a dude today about, I was trying to figure out if Kyle Whittingham was going to retire. So I was texting dudes. And one of the college football guys that I've known for a number of years, dating back to my time in the dark rectal region of this country known as St. Louis, said to me, hey, Eli Drinkwitch is having serious interest coming at him from Florida. And from what I'm told, several regents have reached out to him, back channeling. I think there's a chance Eli Drinkwitch is a real candidate for that job, because that's a huge step up. Missouri to Florida, that's not like the lobby to like the third floor. That's the lobby to almost the penthouse.
That's why you shouldn't hire him.
Because you don't believe that he can.
Too big.
Really?
And I think the Florida job is in desperate need of a guy like Lane who can stand up at the podium and dominate the narrative. And that's what Lane can do. Outside of coaching, obviously.
I think Lane Kiffin's the guy you need. You need that personality. You need that. Lane Kiffin, your mom wants him.
What now? Let me tell you what now.
Unfortunately for you, your girlfriend wants him because you don't look like me.
His cock.
I mean, he's a rock star, man. And you look at what he's done every stop with the quarterback. Florida needs it because listen, I think Billy Napier's not a bad dude. He's just not a head coach. Lane Kiffin is a offensive wizard and a really good head coach. And you look at what he's done as a coordinator post USC, and it seems like this is Sark as well. You get drunk at USC, you leave USC, you get sober, and all of a sudden you're a really good head coach.
Yep.
And I look at Kiff and I say to myself, dude, lane train, and I'm a huge lane train guy. You guys know that. I forearm strength in the lane, and such as in like, yeah, a lot.
We know these guys are going to come.
A lot. I'm telling you, Eli Drinkwitch, though, that's not a bad fallback position.
No.
And I think it is going to be very interesting to see how that plays out.
In this particular situation with Florida, I wouldn't have fallback situations. You got to go right after your guy and get him. Just go and do it. Get it, spend the money, invest, do what you need to do, because you can't tell me that Lane Train's going to keep sitting at Ole Miss forever. There's no way that a guy his ability and stature is going to sit there and watch these other programs with more resources and more stature go out and continue to compete for national championships, and he's dealing with what he's dealing with.
And you just don't. Okay. Yeah, I think it is really interesting to see what will happen. I mean, you look at the job openings, and I think it is becoming more and more clear that Penn State's going to have trouble getting a high level candidate. I think the most attractive open job is Florida. They've got 3 national championships. You look at the success that Urban had there. You look at the money that they're willing to pay there. You look at the support. And again, talking to a college football guy, absolutely. Jordan Brand is pushing 3 schools. All of them are great programs except for one. They're pushing Oregon, Florida, and UCLA. And UCLA is not a great program right now. But you look at the jobs that are open, and I don't even think it's a conversation. I think it was a terrible, terrible decision by Jordan Brand and Nike, or by Penn State, to leave Jordan Brand and Nike for Adidas. It's unthinkably bad. It was a huge mistake. And I think you really are in a spot where when you see the interest that Florida has as a job, it's unbelievably over the top. And I think it's going to be very difficult to compete with that. I don't care who you are, whether you are, and I think there's going to be 6 more big jobs come open. I mean, nobody's taking a Big 12 job over Florida. I think there's probably going to be 3-4 openings in the Big 12. I mean, if you just look at Baylor, I don't think there's any doubt TCU now is moving in that direction. Sonny might get another year, but
K-State.
I doubt it. I don't think so. I think Leipold will leave Kansas. I don't think they'll fire him. And I think Kyle Whittingham's going to retire at Utah. But again, they have a coach in waiting under contract. But you look at the ACC, Florida State, I am telling you, and I will continue to tell you, Florida State, that job's open. That job's open. Florida State or Penn State. Dude, I think it's awfully difficult. That's going to be a very difficult choice for somebody.
Yeah.
Because I think that one's really close. I
still maintain that these candidates have their number one spot where they want to go to. So it's just the same way that programs have their list of candidates and their hierarchy. I think candidates have a list of destinations. Just like if you're applying for a job, you have the list of the ones, your short list of the ones you'd really like to hear back from.
Yeah, I think it's going to be really tough. I think when I look at Florida State and Florida, those will be the premier jobs open. And if you're Florida State, I think you're taking a backseat to Florida, but you can call any coach you want and they'll pick up the phone.
Yes.
And I think you are not going to be in that second tier of coaches. You're not going to call Matt Rule, right? Because Matt Rule can say what he wants. I think Matt Rule is on the verge of taking a big step back. If Nebraska doesn't work out, it's going to be tough for him to get a Florida State job. It's going to be tough. Like you look at some of the names. I mean, who is going to have the job that can tempt Dan Lanning to leave Oregon? Because Oregon is, and I sifted through all that. Oregon is a stepping stone job historically.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a job where you go and you become a legend Oregon's a stepping stone. And my question is, how long until Dan Lanning's coaching somewhere in the SEC? I don't know. How about Florida? Oh, Lane Kiffin took the Florida job. Are you leaving Oregon to coach at Ole Miss? Probably not.
No.
Probably
it's
not.
not big enough.
Are you leaving Oregon to coach at Clemson?
No.
Ooh, I think that's tough. Are you leaving Oregon to coach at Florida State?
Yeah.
Are you leaving Oregon to coach at Pedo State?
No.
You're not going to Epstein Island when you're in Eugene. And I know we've had that.
Penn State is basically the same job, just in
different. The trees just look a little different.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Exactly.
I think it's a really, really difficult position, and if you're a G5 right now, I think you're going to struggle. And I think that's why I say, if you're Penn State, you're probably on a guy like a Matt Campbell, which is not a bad hire.
No.
You're not calling Lane Kiffin. You're not calling Dan Lanning. You're not that job. And I think that's the tough part when we go through this cycle and we look at jobs in the SEC. Now, is anybody taking Kentucky over Penn State? No, of course not. You're taking the Penn State job if it's offered to you. But my point is the very best jobs that are open in this country, and I will maintain UCLA is going to get Nike money to keep somebody out of Penn State. I think that's a real, if Penn State doesn't get their job filled first, they may get their job filled last amongst the premier big jobs in college football. And you need that job filled in early November at the latest. You need to know, and I'm not saying the guy's got to be, in Gainesville or wherever. He doesn't have to be at that new job. You need his agent to be like, yep, we're taking your job as soon as this game is over or as soon as this season's over or whatever. But if you're Florida and you want to hire Lane Kiffin, that deal needs to be done in November. And I don't care if Ole Miss goes to the playoff, great. Because the minute Ole Miss's season's over, Lane Kiffin needs to get his ass on a plane and head to Gainesville. And I guarantee you Florida will have that deal done by the time Thanksgiving is here at the latest. Penn State, I think Penn State has to hire a guy first, or they will be last.
And they need to overpay for it too, in my opinion.
I think that's exactly right. And I think it's going to be very difficult. We'll see what UCLA does. Everything's talk until they cut a check. Right? I mean, you start looking at the hype that is around UCLA's hiring cycle right now. Dude, that job, and whether Jerry Neuheisel means to be doing this or not, Jerry Neuheisel is pumping excitement around that program.
I think he very much means to be doing it, and he deserves credit for it.
He will have a job there for as long as he wants it. And it might be a hindrance. It might be a fucking hindrance, seriously. But what has he really done there? Well, he's shown us he's probably not a head coach. Right? He's young, he's exuberant. Okay. He can be an offensive coordinator. He can be your quarterback coach. He's probably critical to keeping Nico there. Right? Emiliava probably, if Jerry Neuheisel were ever pushed out, he won't be. But if he's pushed out, Nico's probably gone.
Yeah.
Which is probably reason enough to keep him. Right? Like it is really important that if you're gonna compete, and again, I look at the knuckle deep boys, the people who facilitate child sexual assault at Penn State.
A lot.
Yeah, those guys. I think UCLA, especially if you're a West Coast guy, UCLA is going to make a massive offer.
Yeah, I just think that's the hard part. If you're Penn State, is like you're in this position where, there's clearly a little bit of baggage with the job just from like how the James Franklin thing went down. And then, you look at the expectations and, like you're not just, it kind of siphons down the candidate pool a little bit if you're Penn State, just with the situation. And it's not to say that nobody wants the Penn State job. I'm not saying that at all. But what I am saying is that if you take that job, that's not the job where you can go and coast for 5 years and just kind of, be around, do what, the Wolf of Waco's doing, right? Wolf. 8 wins, 9 wins. Like that's not good enough there, dude. You're going to get a 2-year grace period, in my opinion, to build the program back up and get it back on its feet. And then that 3rd year, you better be doing at least what SC has done the last several seasons, right? You're in a ton of games, like you're 5 plays away from being 8-0 or whatever. Like that needs to be the narrative around the program. And then obviously into the CFP. And that's what I think is difficult is that, it's so different personality to personality. Like if Florida hires Lane Kiffin, dude, Lane Kiffin's only going there for one reason. And that's to win a national championship. And he'll walk in the room and it doesn't even need to be said. Like that is the, both the expectation on Lane's side and on Florida's side. So I just think when you look at Penn State and you look at Oregon, I just think they have a lot of similarities, but they have a lot of differences. And I do think the Adidas versus Nike thing is one of the key ones. But I also think the success that that Dan Lanning has had at his age and the ability to recruit at the level he's been able to shows you that Eugene isn't, or doesn't have to necessarily be a hindrance to whoever the next candidate would be there. But I think, again, James Franklin could never get a big-time quarterback to come to Penn State. Now, is that on James? I don't know, bro. But what I am saying is that if you're a candidate looking at that job, you better be 1,000% confident in your ability to recruit to get kids to go to Penn State, as opposed to Ohio State or any of the other big-time Big Ten, chances.
If you are UCLA, I think the first phone call has to be Will Stein at Oregon.
Yeah.
I don't know how it's not. I mean, he just is. If Jonathan Smith is truly going back to Oregon State, and there's a lot of people who believe that could happen, if Jonathan Smith goes back to Oregon State, I think it could be Will Stein, because I think Jonathan Smith makes a lot of sense in a smaller program.
Mm-hmm.
I think Will Stein absolutely has to be the first call UCLA makes. I need an offensive genius. And again, another guy who is absolutely not a candidate at Pedophile U is Will Stein.
Yeah.
I think it's really, 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 really important that UCLA call Will Stein and they hire him and they get him no matter what it takes. I honestly, he'd be the first, second, and last call I make. I would. And I think that the connection is obvious. One, it's a Jordan Nike school,
Of
Oregon
course.
to UCLA.
Yes.
He's recruiting the West Coast now, which UCLA has to win recruiting on the West Coast. It's critical because that's where a majority of your elite quarterbacks are going to come from. And I think Will Stein fits right into the style that we've seen Nico Eamoniava win with here at Tennessee and now at UCLA under Jerry Neuheisel's offense. He just makes all the sense in the world. Toot Pants for $2. Chat is trying to get James to be a Cubs and Bears fan. Hey, it is what it is.
Well, they don't have to try. He's doing it for them.
Look, Oak State James is he's got a dark heart. There's no doubt that deep inside of him.
He is a Christian, God-fearing man.
Exactly. So his soul is dead as well, with guilt and tithing. But my point
Non-believers.
is, Oak State James has a dark heart. And to be a Bears fan, you can't have a dark heart. Now, a Baylor Bears fan, which Oak State James already is, that's done. The Baylor Bears is slightly a better version of Tebow, in my opinion. Bear Bachmeier.
Wall Street.
Bear Bachmeier is a slightly version of. So let me understand this. You just compared Bear Bachmeier to the best quarterback in the history of college football. You want to take that back? I'm not refunding the $2. I mean, if I could, I would, but you want to walk that back? Chewy, I've given up on Utah football. You've given up on Utah football. Okay. Time for the Doyers. Yeah, how about if Jerry Springer is going to hit home runs, his name's not Jerry.
Hey, George, don't call me Jerry boy.
If George Springer is going to hit home runs like that, I don't even know how you describe that.
I've prayed for moments like that.
That was one of the single greatest swings of the bat I think I've ever seen in a game of leverage. That's a game 7 in the CS. And that was freaking spectacular.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's called clutch.
Whew. And just like that, Delaric is in word timeout. Someone just paid $2 to trigger Monty since James is in his therapy group. That's right.
Yeah. That's what we're calling it, therapy group.
Therapy. Do you like the mustache?
I don't have an answer yet. It's still growing in. It needs more time to cook. It is what it is, dude.
Ipso facto, it's mine.
One time, and I know it's not likely. Like I'm used to disappointments. One time when I say, do you like the mustache? She could be like, yeah, it looks great, bro.
No. No.
You're such an asshole. No.
Timothy.
No. One time, can you not fart in my face at night?
No.
Bro, your dog. So Jake is staying with me in Seattle this week. Obviously. Your dog. So Jake feeds his dog this disgusting ghoul. I don't know what it is.
It's called Farmer's Dog. It is natural food. It is ground up chicken and vegetables.
So listen, shut up. So listen, I walk into the kitchen this morning, right? And stark naked right out of the shower. Is not how it was. I walk into the kitchen this morning. I'm gonna feed my dog. Now I feed my dog. I don't even remember what it's called, but the really fresh food.
Pet.
Fresh pet.
You're welcome.
It's not gruel. What do you mean you're welcome?
You couldn't even remember the name of the food. I'm just saying you're welcome.
Anyway.
Continue.
I walk into the kitchen to feed my dog Fresh Pet, like, normal people. And this dude's got what looks like diarrhea in a food bowl. And what's he doing? He has pulled my bread knife out of my bread box.
But what did you miss? What did you miss?
He has pulled my knife.
Timothy.
What did you miss?
He has pulled my bread knife out of the knife block. And he's just in there. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, I don't know what motion that is, bro.
Yeah.
Sucking a ding dong.
Spread it over there, spread it over here, spread it over there, spread it over here.
The biggest load that we've seen.
He's got my bread knife, and he's just mixing the diarrhea up in the dog bowl.
Bro,
couldn't he use your hand?
Farmer's Dog comes in packs.
Couldn't he used your hand? No, couldn't have got a plastic? Couldn't have got some plastic? Yeah, here's his behemoth of a dog. Couldn't have used something else? But no, you got to use my bread knife.
What do you want me to? What?
My bread
knife. It's a serrated knife cutting a plastic packet open. What's the problem?
My bread knife. Does he use his own? No.
Sorry, I didn't bring a bread knife 4 hours up here.
Why don't you not feed your dog rectal?
Bro, my dog takes healthy shits.
Yeah, because you feed her
good food.
No, you feed her gruel.
No, I feed her good food.
Anyway, the point is, after you feed her that gruel, she farts up my flat.
No.
Yes, she does.
No.
No.
Your dog doesn't have atrocious gas.
No, that was weed on the porch above us.
Don't tell Jake I said this. His dog,
his cock,
dude. His dog farts like nuclear waste. It is so bad. It is, and I just have I have my little guy. I have my little guy, right? And he is.
And you think he hasn't farted in his life?
Never, not once.
Dude,
he's perfect in every way.
Acid, bro.
No, he doesn't. My dog does not. Your dog just smells like
suckmyass.com.
You know when you drive by a water treatment facility?
No, can you explain that? No.
That's what it smells like.
Just hating.
No,
you're hating.
No, what?
No.
You feed your dog gruel.
No, I don't.
Okay. I feed my dog wet dog food.
They take gnarly shits, dude. Bro, Chewy, what kind of comment is this? It cleans the colons. Bro.
You take you a douche. You don't sit there and look at it. You flush it. And move
Bro.
On. You take you a douche. You don't sit there and look at it. You flush it.
Bro, what am?
We need to change the vibe on this show because I'm just telling you right now, dude.
And I'll see you in Valhalla.
Do you ever look at the food before you put it? Like, do you know how disgusting wet food is?
Said they take gnarly shit.
Nah, man.
Dude.
Stop. Like,
bro. It's like you enjoy it, dude. What kind of comment is that?
Do you know how bad that poop smells? Like it is. That's the word when you feed your dog. Oh man, what was that dog food in the can when we were kids? Alpo. Oh man, my dog loves that Alpo. I wonder why it has squirts all the time. Right? You're trying to figure out why your dog has projectile pooping.
Janus.
Right? Like, oh man, my dog's got these wet farts and I can't figure it out. It's called wet dog food, bro. Like,
Jackass.
like, no. Anyway. It's not wet dog food. It's moist, meaty cutlets.
Oh,
yes. Thank you.
Okay. All right.
Thank you.
Okay.
Oh, moist and meaty.
Yeah. Yeah.
Reminds me of that guy, Kevin.
So I said, yeah.
The natural. My one dog growing up would eat her food in 5 seconds, go outside and take a dump right away, and then eat their dump in 5 seconds.
Dude, stop. Stop, bro. Did you?
Brother. You guys inspired me. Dude, don't let your dog eat poop. Don't let your dog eat poop. Don't. Dogs need that fiber. I guess they do. I am very excited. The bear is on the loose in Provo.
Oh man. Wow.
Oh, okay. Moist, meaty cutlets sounded like the theme of an old family reunion. There you go. Remember Salisbury steak? Oh. Good Lord.
Waves in opposition.
Anyway, yeah, tomorrow, can you not cut your dog's gruel with my bread knife? That would be amazing. If you could not do that.
Uh-huh.
Don't forget all the best supplements, buckedup.com.
Not for your dog, though.
Speaking of gruel, if you want a clean colon, I'm kidding. All of your creatines, go get their creatine monohydrate. Go get their collagen. Is the best collagen. I love Bucked Up collagen. Their pre-workouts, and I'm telling you, the Black Ant workout at Bucked Up. Amazing. Get all of your Bucked Up supplements right now, buckedup.com. Make sure you use the promo code Monty to get 20% off at checkout. Buckedup.com, promo code Monty. All right, let's wrap this up on the Big 12 with, is the Big 12 the no fun league? Did you guys hear about this? The Big 12 fined ASU $50 a day for this. Like, how did somebody almost not die on that?
They did.
Did you get watch this? Watch how close this goalpost comes to killing someone. That's close, dude.
Yeah.
Like, that is really close. Like, so I understand. Hey, rushing the field's cool. Is this the Big 12 being no fun, or is this a legitimate penalty?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a legitimate penalty. I mean, I just think that there's a lot of politicking happening here. So I think, obviously leading up to this game, there's so much talk about Tech, right? And the tortilla thing and the knife and the bottles and all of that. And so then Tech goes and plays ASU, loses in late game fashion, and then they storm the field. And, the goalpost comes down, the upright. And so it's like, number one, yeah, you had to fine him either way for rushing the field. But I think the goalpost coming down, it is dangerous. Like there are a lot of times where fans will, push it down and it doesn't really come crashing down. They just kind of, they leverage it down basically. But this one in particular, I thought was really dangerous. If that had made contact with someone, you're hospitalizing someone.
I don't understand why they slam it down so hard. Okay, that came out wrong. Such as
Timothy.
Watch how hard it hits the ground. Look at it, dude. If that lands on somebody, is that where? So Should they be fining schools 50 GER for fans running on the field?
Yeah, I think they should. Yeah.
And you say yes because why?
Because you can't have double standards. So like if we're not going to let fans throw things on the field, then certainly we can't let you run on the field.
I would agree with that. I think it's really dangerous to have fans run on the field. People don't understand. Having been in that situation dozens of times as a media member, it's actually scary the first 5 times you deal with it because you're just getting pushed around and run over. And so I understand why, and it is dangerous, and it does lead to fights and the LeGarrette Blunts of the world. But 50 GER, that's not a little bit of money. That's not a little bit of money. I think you have to fine them, but it doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter who pays the fine. It's $50,000 your school's not getting back. If a booster's paying the 50 GER, it's 50 GER you're not getting from the booster. Right? Yeah, it's killing somebody if it lands on them.
Yes.
Right? That's worse than a tortilla battery combo. It probably is. It probably is. That goalpost went scataboo on that crowd.
Damn, bro.
It did. It did.
And then Joey had jokes in the press conference too.
Big Daddy Magic says, Timothy, if you ain't slammed it down hard, you ain't living. Getting swarmed is no fun at all. Very dangerous. I think it is very dangerous. YouTube is very inconsistent with emoji timeouts. Well, you run out multiple emojis and you will get a timeout most of the time. Somebody call the advocates already. Well, but isn't that why you're finding people 50 GER? Because you don't want to deal with lawsuits.
Yes.
I mean, that's a big deal. Well, it should go to the Monty Show membership fund.
I mean, I agree completely. Absolutely.
There's no doubt about that. Swing, $50,000 for faking injuries, not enough. Well, there is that for Texas A&M. Did you guys see that?
Mm-hmm.
As it should be. TCU's horny fan James, considering the fact that I used to be an usher at games.
Dude, what?
What
do you mean, dude?
Shut the fuck up,
We
Donnie.
should just give him a free pass. James also, for those of you guys who don't know,
those decisions.
he also used to be an astronaut who landed on the moon. And then once he was on the moon, they sent him to Mars, and now he's back, so he's an usher.
But he was also a World War III pilot, if I remember correctly.
Right. And now he drives a Japo shitbox and has a 25-year roof.
Right.
So,
yeah.
If schools make an announcement before the end of the games and it still happens, no, there should not be a fine. Okay. I would disagree with that. What's still wild is those goalpost prices. Like that metal's not even worth the price of a goalpost. And they're not cheap.
I don't think that people care about the price of the goalpost, dude.
I think they care about the price of the brain damage.
Yeah.
I get that.
Right?
I get it.
I mean, did you guys... I think if you've seen it in person, did you guys, if you saw the teams rushing the field, you would understand it. I have it wrong on the BYU feeling 5 years really pissing me off. So it's been 5 calendar years. Yeah. Yeah, but you're a BYU fan now.
Yeah.
You and AJ hanging out and stuff.
Right. Yeah. How's that going, by the way? Have you guys gotten really close, or how are we doing?
Big Daddy Magic, you missed it. We played your video where you were out getting in trouble with the cops for being high as a kite.
Direct.
Yes, don't light a match. The condo might go up in flames. Exactly. Jake's dog is a gas main. People going to start throwing pita bread instead of tortillas.
The victory has already been won.
Dude, is there anything better than if you just lightly butter some pita bread and pan?
Dude, the Euro, though, the other day was incredible.
Yeah, we had here in Seattle. There's a really good Greek Euro joint on Pike Marketplace, and little too much tzatziki. But other than that, there's not enough security to handle those crowd sizes. Yeah.
Well, and I think that's the other part of the conversation is like, what's the alternative? I mean, you're not going to find every fan on the field, like, who, you know what I mean? Like, there's just too many people. So then Okay, if you can't do that, then the only logical step is to find the school. That's it. It is what it is.
James again is going to deny that he's Dana Marie.
Right, but dude, the thing is, when you're not here, she is.
That's the funny part.
Don't lie to me.
Nobody's ever seen you together unless they go to Walmart.
Congratulations, but that's bullshit.
What's worse, an ASU Go Post to the Dome or an ASU frat party? Well, the frat parties are pretty fun, you know. Whoa, comment dump. Jake changes locations like James changes rooting interests.
Nope, just came up to see good old Monty.
Did Jake leave Eugene already? He did. He's never going back. Lightly toasted French bread and butter. No, dude, that's a different meal. I'm telling you right now, a little pita bread, flat topped with some butter. That's tough to beat. Now, French bread with a little butter, tough to beat. Get Mr. Schwinger, get the Piro skis. Oh, I have. I had it's a meat pocket. It was really good, actually. It was really good. Those goalposts are mechanically operated. Yeah, and they still slam to the ground. PETA will fly like a frisbee better than a tort will. Truth. But is this, I don't think it's not an overreach. It's not an overreach.
No, I actually thought it was a little bit light.
You thought it should have been more?
Yeah, I thought it should have been more. Yeah,
like a Hyundai, or
yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
I mean,
well, because here's the problem. So, you know, you had $100,000 fine for people throwing stuff, and we're only 50 for running onto the field. That's not an alignment.
The gas station rollers are not a dog menu, Jake.
That's why she gets only fresh food.
It's so disgusting.
It's not. You're making a big deal about it. It's not.
It's like a mush of
meat and vegetables.
It's do you heat it up?
No, not well. If it's frozen, I do. I thought.
So you just serve her that shit cold.
Yeah, and she loves it, dude. She's about it.
Nah, dude. No. Great meat-filled pitas and get a meat-filled pita and feed it to the dog. No, that's terrible. You can't do that. Dana Marie popping up. I guess we don't think we don't.
Wait, Dana Marie popped up?
I guess we don't kink shame around here, do we? We don't.
Okay, hold on. You got to check now.
What did
Dana Marie
show
just
up?
Suddenly appeared?
I don't think that's true. No, I don't think so.
No. Okay.
I don't think so.
Okay.
You know,
what would I do without you?
The natural, but now that you mention it, Dana Marie will pop up.
Seriously, that's what I'm waiting
James
for here.
Can't handle it. I know. I was there 3 weeks ago versus TCU. Okay. The gas station rollers are not a dog menu, Jake. Okay. Farmer's dog on a pita bread.
I'm sure my dog would eat the absolute ass out of that.
It's so disgusting. And now I'll never use that knife.
Dude, come on, guy. It's not.
What do you mean?
Do you even know what Farmer's dog is? Have you ever even looked at it?
Yeah, it's disgusting.
No,
I know
it's
exactly
not.
what it is.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Mika, ek big boo.
You just won't let it go, will you?
No.
Why?
Because it is some of the best dog food you can get.
That doesn't mean it's not disgusting. It's why it's dog food.
Right. But how is
this a hill you're dying on?
Well, because why is that food disgusting, but the little pellet food you feed your dog is not disgusting?
Because mine is not wet, soggy, came out of somebody's ass texture like your dog food is. Your dog. No,
yes.
I'm not being selectively. Your
selectively aggressive.
Tell me that what you were dicing up in that bowl this morning did not look like colon extract.
No, it does not.
No.
If you just look at it, it has chicken or whatever meat it is, because they have 3 different meat selections.
Mine's turkey.
chicken,
Mine
and
is
beef.
turkey and sweet potato with chunks of chicken.
Yeah, and so mine is turkey, beef, or chicken.
Right, but it's mushy and wet.
And then it's not wet.
It's mushy and wet.
It is not wet.
It was wet this morning.
No, it was not.
That's what she said.
That's what she said, Monty.
Timothy.
Yes. If you've got to cut it up with a bread knife.
No, dude, it comes in a pack. You got to cut it in half to get it out of the pack.
You're so
buffoons.
No.
I'm fine. Wish you were me. I have to cook my dog's food 5 times a day fresh. Have to have his small intestine removed when he was a puppy. How much do you pay for that though? How much do you pay for
Ipso
that?
facto, it's mine.
Yeah, like that's the thing. Are you like we've had this discussion. Like before the show, I was talking to the place that's going to board my dog while I'm in Paris over the Christmas holiday. Dude, I'm paying $1,600 for boarding, and I'm paying it's $17 just to have them clip his nails while he's there. Like how much does it cost to have your dog's small intestine removed? It's going to think it's more than $1,600.
Oh,
like what is the max? You go home and they're like, Jake, it's Dr. Sphincter Knuckle. I got bad news for you. Your dog has roids in its butthole, and we need to go in and remove it immediately. But that'll be $5,900. Are you paying the $5,900?
Man, that's a lot of money, bro.
Jake, it's Dr. Sphincter Knuckle.
That's a lot of money.
We just got new tests back on the dog.
I knew today would be shitty.
It's really unfortunate. We're gonna have to take a rear leg off. It's gonna be $11,206.
No, I'm not. No, nope.
But she'll live a full life.
Nope.
What do you mean
No.
now? What do you mean no? If we don't take the leg off, she's gonna die in 3 weeks.
Yeah, but she'll probably be happier in doggy heaven than running around here with 3 legs.
Dogs do very well with 3 legs.
No.
Your dad's done very well with 3 legs. So
No.
So what's the most you would spend on your dog?
I mean, she's only a year and a half. Like,
okay, my dog is 13.
Yeah, there's a big difference there. You know, if your dog is older and they come to you and they're like, hey, this is life ending, that's obviously a different equation than if your dog, you just got your dog.
The C word.
Yeah.
Which we don't.
Yeah, we will not be naming that.
The C word, I would spend if my vet came to me and said, hey, Monty, it's Dr. Reach in your pocket.
Imika Egbegbo.
Your dog's got that thing and it's going to be $5,000. I would do it for $5,000.
I think it depends on what the upside is. Hey, it's $5,000.
This is the third leg thing. Dogs do very well with 3 legs. 2 legs. But if you said to me, hey, your 13-year-old dog has that thing and we can cut it out and he'll live a normal life, he's probably getting 2-3 years left. My dog's in great health. He is.
So $5,000 for, let's say, max 3 years.
That's a tough decision that I'm probably going to say yes to.
$5,000 for another 10 years? Definitely saying
that's
yes.
not even a conversation.
Yeah, it's not even a question.
It's not even a conversation.
Yeah.
Your dog is a year old.
Yeah, just over a year.
10 G's. It's got that thing. 10 G's. We got to cut it out. Or she lives 3 weeks.
Yeah, I'm probably doing it. Yeah.
You're going to spend 10
I'm probably doing it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm probably doing it.
$12,000.
The max would probably be
13,
15.
15.5.
No.
16. No.
Nah.
So $10,000 is your limit.
Yeah.
You were an easy yes on $10,000.
Yeah. 10 is, I'm fine with 10.
Okay. Yeah, circumcision. That's what the C word is.
No.
Sounds like your dog is having a rough day.
Let's see what he did there. It's like a dog and a dog. See, that was his corny way of trying to get back in.
I don't,
bro, and then did you see what dude, what are you doing?
James, what is wrong with you? Why do you do shit like that?
Why?
James, why do you
Brother.
And again, I'm not putting his comment on the screen, but you're always the guy who has to be right.
Do you think people don't know what we're referencing? Do you think they have no like do you think
what
people
is
are
wrong
stupid,
with you?
bro? Come on.
God.
Will not save you.
Dr. Vinny Boombats. Hey, Mike Smith. It's Dr. Vinny Boombats. Got your X-ray back. So you got a coal lump stuck up your ass, Mike.
Yeah.
Come on in, 10 G's. We'll take it out of the back.
Nurse Tad Stevens over here is going to help you out.
Yeah, I don't know what the number is. I had to spend $1,500 on my 14-year-old dog to have 4 teeth pulled.
See, the teeth pulling thing.
The teeth pulling thing pisses me off. Like, Monty in 2 months. The Monty Show brought to you by Farmer's Dog Food. I'm telling you guys, get some Farmer's Dog Food and pour some Papa Murphy's meatballs on top of it.
Promo code Monty.
Promo code Monty. Oh, look at that. Look at that. My guy, Calamoni, 20 Monty Show memberships. Nice. Speaking of which, I have one working. Like,
dude, bro.
My fucking ass.
They gave my uncle's dog a year to live with the C word, had surgery. He's gone 8 years strong.
Yeah, see, that's
after
what.
surgery.
See, if your dog is young, I really do think it just takes a huge toll on you.
He said the C word, Monty. You know what that means? Yeah, it means calamony. So shut up. We know what the C word means.
Shut the fuck up, Johnny.
Okay, here's a question. Cal or UCLA, which is a better job? Speaking to my guy, Calamoni, which is a better job?
We keeping a buck right now. We ass.
UCLA.
UCLA
is by far a better job.
Cal or Stanford?
Stanford.
I had a bunch of people back up my Stanford take yesterday.
Yeah, I'm sure you did.
I'm sure you did. A-hole.
10 years from now, we'll still be waiting for a program to come out of there.
I don't think so. I think Andrew Luck's that dude. You don't agree with that?
I think Andrew Luck is that dude. I think you actually have to spend money to have success. Thanks. I appreciate that, bro. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah,
Jake's over here like Jake dusts nothing, by the way. Anyway, James in here with bully puns. I'm here for it. I just don't know why you have to say, like,
why would you type it in?
Yeah, why do you have to say that word out loud? Like, I don't understand it. I don't get it. They gave my Uncle Sog. I read that one. Calford in the house. Yes. Yay, you guys are together. That's weird with your kid, bro. It is weird.
Who are you, Tom Brady?
It is weird. We know it. Yeah, and we mouth kiss.
No, but I will with your wife.
We don't mouth kiss. Only cheeks.
No.
Why, dude? I'm warning you. Favorite BYU player has to be Jonathan Smith and Jigba. That must be it. Good old Johnny Smith and Jigba. You know, Johnny's.
Bro, the comment should have been Joseph Smith and Jigba.
No, he wants you to play the drop, Jig. He wants
you. Mika, big boo.
Yeah, he wants you to play the drop, Jake. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like, you know, play. Okay, he did play the drop. Thank you. Dr. Vinny Boombots told me I only have a month to live. I told him I did not have enough money to pay him. He extended my life expectancy for another 3 months at 6%. A lot of juice on the street. Monty, if they pony up, I would definitely take the farmer's dog advertising money.
Well, that's not saying a lot coming from you, dude. With all due respect,
you're
doing anything for money.
You're welcome. Thank you, Calamoni. Good to see you, buddy. That makes me a member for 1 year. Let's go, Gabriel.
Okay, nice.
Always good to see you, buddy. Always good. I wish you were better at
football.
Chewy, dude, what are you doing?
What in God's green earth are you doing with this comment, dude? Bro. Dude,
okay.
What am I supposed to do?
Oak State Chewy says Mike Vick could watch your dog for $500. He'll give you whatever winnings he gets. Hey, Mike Vick, it's Jakey Two Shanks over here. They're saying my dog's got to have something cut out. If you ask TCU James what it is, he'll tell you the actual word. But
Empty. The opposite of
I'm
full.
thinking you could watch my dog for a couple of days here.
I started having second thoughts.
You want to do a 60-40 split on the winnings? Okay, great. I'll be right over. Mike Vick offers to dog sit.
No.
Yes or no?
I'll cancel the trip before he dog sits.
Okay. Wow. Loving this Peaches and Herb podcast show. Okay. Steely, Monty's mustache is coming in nice. See, some people appreciate it. Just twirling the ends.
But you hate it.
I do. I hate it.
Do you know what that's like these days?
You can't really see it. I feel like I'm too old.
No, you just got to give it time.
But how does it get thicker? It's prepubescent.
I can't. How are you going to say things like that on this show?
Because I'm a grower, not a shower when it comes to facial hair. Michael Vick going home to Vatech. Okay. Monty, keep your mustache away from any potential dog farts. Yeah, dude, that's worst case scenario. That's it. This thing's like
dude, can you stop bombing away in here while we're trying to do this program?
I haven't in like 20 minutes.
Yeah, okay.
But I got one working. Seriously, it's going to be tough to make it 90 minutes. Mike Vick is a scumbag. Yeah, he is. The Monty Show is sponsored by James Rectory. Use code Monty for a first-class ticket to heaven. Peaches and Herb or Phineas and Ferb. Exactly.
Right, yeah, right.
And Casey Anthony is going to watch the kids.
Right, yeah.
Casey Anthony is going to watch the kids. Okay. That's fine. More like Gilligan and Skipper Gumby. Okay, now we're doing that. Vic with your dog or Monty's mustache babysitting your kid. Tough choice.
Jesus, dude.
That's true.
Chill.
That's true. All right. No. What do you guys make of the sign stealing story that took the world by storm is probably strong? But I think it's interesting that we continue to have this conversation about sign stealing.
Film study of signals. I mean, as I just tell you how it is. I think they do a great job of that. So if you study people really well, you know tendencies, and then you have enough confidence as a coach to go after those, that seems what he does. It seems like, they've got a really good beat on the plays that are coming when they're called. And they do a great job of going and taking those away. When you look at the Auburn game, I told Hugh after the game watching it, you might want to switch the signals. Like, it looks like they have the plays. The middle safety's running down to steal slants, which is very abnormal.
You may have just answered my next question, but do you get with that in mind? Do you have to kind of shake everything up from a signal standpoint this week, or do you do that every week anyway?
No, we're going to keep our same signals.
I guess I was wondering, do you do that every week, or is that something that you have to specifically address because of who you're playing?
Yeah, that's a really good question, and competitively, I can't answer that for you.
I don't know how you don't like Lane Kiffin.
Yeah, Florida's new head coach. He looks really good.
He's going to look good in Florida, dude.
Yeah.
Isn't everybody stealing signs?
Yeah, so listen, I don't think that he's complaining. Like, notice that it's not criticism. He wasn't criticizing anybody for doing it. And I think that's what everyone wanted to do with this clip. I think what he's doing is he's saying, hey, like, they have your signs. Like, you need to change them or do something to change it up. Because again, the sign stealing thing, the issue is never that they stole signs. The issue is the manner in which they stole signs. And I think a lot of people forget that with the Michigan saga. And I don't think Lane's even complaining about it. I think what he's saying is that it's odd that the safety was coming down so much to pick up slant routes. Like, that doesn't work. Your middle safety is coming 20 yards down into the box to protect an in route. Like, yeah, they have your signs.
I don't understand how this keeps happening when we have in-helmet communication. Like, how is this happening? I'll never understand it, but it does. And I understand you got to have some visuals and I totally get that. But I don't have any trouble with sign stealing if it is in stadium in the moment.
Or on film. If you can figure it out on film, great.
I have no problem with it.
But don't advance scout.
None. All right. Let's argue over who's going to win the Heisman Trophy, because and I say Heisman Trophy. Who's going to win the best quarterback in college football award? Because I think that's what this turned into. You don't seem to give a rat's ass about the Heisman.
It's not as compelling this year. I mean, I don't think that the names are as big. I mean, obviously, I agree that Ty Simpson is clearly in front. I mean, I don't think anyone disagrees with that. But, the hard part is you don't have, after Oregon lost that game to Indiana, Dante Moore's candidacy kind of fell on its face, and so then it's like, all right, we're really putting the likes of Diego Pavia in the Heisman mix.
Well,
come on.
what is Vanderbilt without Diego Pavia?
Yeah, but
no, I'm being serious.
Yeah, but see, this is my problem. We're really doing most valuable player to his team. Is that what we're doing? Because I'm not.
I think when I think Heisman, I think who's the best college football player in the country.
Yeah.
I don't think it's the MVP. I think it's who's the best college football player in the country. That's not Diego Pavia. And my opinion is Ruben Bain has to be in the conversation.
Certainly.
And he's not in a lot of places.
Yeah.
So I would say, hey.
I think Ty Simpson is clearly the leader for this. I think people love a Cinderella story with the Heisman. They love to take the guy who is, plays at Vanderbilt or plays at smaller school and inject him into the Heisman race. It's what we do in March Madness. And I just think that this year you don't have, they would have needed to beat Alabama after all that junk you talked about the Crimson Tide. And you didn't do that. So that's it. It's over.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that. Fernando Mendoza is certainly in the conversation. I think it's Ty Simpson. And honestly, I don't even know if it's that close.
Mm-hmm.
If we're truth telling, I don't know if it's that close.
Yeah, the issue is that Ty Simpson, again, just with regularity, plays in these massive games. And again, it's not to take anything away from Fernando Mendoza. Obviously balled his ass off against Oregon, but who else you got? What else? You're not doing what Ty Simpson is doing. And that's what I think is difficult when you're looking at the Heisman and looking at candidacy and looking at worthiness. You're going to go right to who did you play? What numbers did you put up? And what did you do in the CFP?
Yeah.
Or what, in not necessarily CFP, because obviously they vote earlier, but just, what does it look like? And to me,
I'd agree with that.
Yeah.
I think that's very well. Caleb Downs and again Arvell Reese. I think Arvell Reese is. I think he's a top 5 pick in the draft this year.
Mm-hmm.
Honest to God, I think he's so good. And Caleb Downs, I think Caleb Downs is top 10 just because he's a safety. And I think people have trouble paying safeties. Arvell Reese,
I just don't think a lot of people are talking about Caleb Downs generally, even though he's as good as he is.
Because I don't think he's having that kind of season. He's on a defense that's loaded. It's clearly the best defense in the country.
Yeah.
Right. I don't think you're wrong. Yeah, I agree. Arvell Reese and Caleb Downs are two of the best players in college football. It's just you're not going to get that nod when you're on an all-star defense, and they probably offset each other, right? They probably offset each other.
You don't usually have two guys in the final 3 for defense.
And I do think Haas Hengy should never be in the conversation. Cale Gundy, certainly. Julian Sain is the main attraction in Columbus. Right now he is.
Got to have a good back half of the year to win the Heisman.
There's no doubt about that.
Yeah.
There is no doubt about that.
Yeah.
For certain. All right. That's it. Show's over. Shorty today. We'll be back tomorrow. As always, the Monty Show is presented by the Advocates at theadvocates.com. Tomorrow, NFL Power Rankings. The Lions will not be number 1. Or maybe they will.
Keep praying, bro.
Keep praying. All right. The Advocates at theadvocates.com, 24/7, 365. Hook it up. Make sure you tell them you heard it on the Monty Show. Until tomorrow, say goodbye, Jake.
Goodbye, Jake.